seems like every week I have announcements and updates, so I guess we're going to have to get used to updates, really. So, hello everyone, my name is Nicholas Jennings, welcome back to Spiritman Studios, and today I have some updates, some future movie reviews / top lists. I'm going to start doing some top lists pretty soon, and I'm working on my first one, which is coming out on Halloween, and that's the top 13 horror movies. And this list is going to be my own personal opinion, and I'll clearly state that at the start of the video when I release it in October. But it's just me talking about my favorite horror movies, my top 13 that I would recommend on Halloween to watch. So if you guys want to get the chance to listen to what I think about certain films, some popular films, some not so popular films, that'll be the list for you, and that comes out on October 31st, 2016. Also, I'm working on a second top list, and that's the top 12 Christmas movies, and I'm going to talk about my favorite Christmas movies. And these are Christmas movies that I would definitely recommend, and a lot of those are going to be pretty much stereotypical, because they're pretty much going to be the same as everyone else's, almost. So, whatever. And so here's what we have in the coming months for movie reviews. Now, right now I'm working on my Harry Potter retrospective, so that's 8 reviews in one video, where I'm talking about all 8 Harry Potter films, before I get into doing the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them review. So I can't wait for that movie, as well as to review all 8 of these movies. It's been a while since I've seen these movies, so it's going to take me a while more to watch the movies and then do the reports on them. But yeah, that should be coming out in November. My Harry Potter retrospective, I've been working on that. It's gonna be pretty good, hopefully. But yeah, so let's start up with upcoming movie reviews. So on September 30th, I'm going to be going to see Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is the new film by Tim Burton, and it's an adaptation of a book, a very well-known book series that has gone on to international acclaim. So hopefully that's a good movie. So we're going to skip over into October, which is the month that pretty much everyone wants to see a horror movie. But the first movie I have on here is Middle School: The Worst Years of My Life. I read this book by James Patterson, and I hope they can adapt it pretty well. I don't know. I'm kind of actually on the fence about this one, because I either A, don't want to watch the movie because it just looks like every other kid movie nowadays, but it could be good. Who knows? Let's see, skipping over into more of October, towards the end of October, I'm watching Ouija: Origin of Evil, the sequel to the very shitty movie based off of a board game that was really terrible. If you guys want me to review that movie, I would be glad to, but just keep in mind, you're going to pay for my medical insurance afterwards, because I can't sit through 15 minutes of that movie without cringing indefinitely. There's no way. And you would psychologically torment me if you want me to watch that film. So yeah, if you could send a copy to me, I'll have a link down in the description below, my P.O. Box number. And if you have any other film reviews you want me to do, list them down in the description below. Send me a copy of it if I don't have it. Alright, now moving into November, the month that has a lot of stuff that I'm watching. First up is Doctor Strange on November 4th. You'll see a review for that on the 6th of November. Trolls, same thing. Hacksaw Ridge, same thing. It'll be on the 6th, so 3 reviews in one day. Let's see. November 11th. You'll get this review on the 13th of November, and that is Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. And this is the same person who did Life of Pi, who, in my opinion, is a great cinematographer, a great visual storyteller. But when it comes to telling the mystery of the story, it wasn't that solid in hindsight. But hopefully this one is pretty good. I would love to see it do well. Arrival is another movie I'm going to be watching that's coming out on the 13th of November, for the review at least. Alright, next up, November 18th, which you'll get the review on the 20th of November, is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm excited for this movie. I hope it's good. I hope it stands up to its predecessors. I hope it has a great story that's outside of the main continuity of Harry Potter. So I hope it is pretty good. All right. Let's see. Next up is Moana on November 25th. In terms of Disney princess movies, I am not a huge fan of them because nowadays it's pretty much the same sort of character, and I wish they had a little bit more diversification in terms of characterizations. Not necessarily in character design, not necessarily in skin color, but just like, you know, different character traits. They're pretty much, again, this stems back all the way back in the 90s and the 80s with the Disney Renaissance, where princesses wanted so much more. They wanted more than this. And now it's kind of the same tone, but with a different skin, a different message. And I hope that Moana brings a really great female character, as well as Dwayne Johnson's pretty good, and I hope he brings the hilarity to the situation in the movie. Who knows? Alright, so November, I think, is pretty much done with. Yep, November, so we're going to move into December, the last month of the year. Pretty much these last few months are Oscar season films, so hopefully these are good. But the first one in December I'm going to be watching is Star Wars Rogue One, or Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, or whatever you want to call it. This has been having a lot of production issues, and I hope that these production issues don't hinder the movie too much for me, because if you remember my review for Suicide Squad, the edits that they did in that were not so good, and I ended up not liking it as much as everyone else did. And it's a very unpopular opinion, but I gotta say it, Suicide Squad wasn't that good. Sorry. Passengers on December 23rd. You'll get it on Christmas, as well as Assassin's Creed and Sing. All three of these movies, you're going to get a review on Christmas Day. And I'll be recording them the 23rd after I watch them. Hopefully these are all playing at the same theater. And that's about it. That closes out the 2016 film season. So you'll be getting a lot of content in the next few months. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm trying to do a new setup, so it's going to take a while. I'm going to try to experiment with some green screens, so you're going to see maybe the trailers in the background, so that I don't get copyright noticed anymore, because the last sort of review I did, LEGO Dimensions review, I got cited by Warner Brothers for using the trailers in the video itself, or more so the opening cinematic clip as well. I got cited for that, so I gotta try to figure out how I can creatively do that without being busted so many times. So yeah, that's my thing. If you want to send me any movies to review, the address will be right here on my face. So that's my P.O. Box address for the time being. So if you want to send me any like Blu-rays, DVDs, I'll watch them and I'll do a review of them. Hello everyone, it's been a while since I did my my last sort of Blu-ray collection update, and I've got a bunch of them in the last few months since I did this. So we're gonna start from the top down. It's a pretty huge stack, not really, but it's enough for a full video. So we're gonna start off with a movie that I didn't think was gonna be good in the first place, but it actually turned me into somewhat of a fan of it, and that is the Peanuts movie. Yeah, it's a surprising thing because Blue Sky Entertainment hasn't been such a great animation studio as of late because of Ice Age and a bunch of other really bad movies. Don't get me wrong, the first Ice Age is good. It's just that the sequels were repetitive with a lot of their stuff. A lot of their sticks were the same, and it just ended up being boring the last time I went to go see another one. So that one was boring. So here comes my favorite trilogy. You can see in the background, the poster behind me, and that's Back to the Future, the trilogy. 30th anniversary. I missed out on getting this the first time, and I actually really do enjoy this digibook, as many Blu-ray collectors like to call them. They're digibooks. And essentially you just go through them. You got the first movie, second movie, third movie, bonus disc. They're pretty much in the side here. I don't really like that. I wish I gotten the Steelbook edition of the Back to the Future trilogy because the Steelbook looks really, really amazing. I think it's a Target exclusive. I wish I could have gotten that, but whatever. Here's a movie I already reviewed on the channel, and you saw it in that video, but I picked up Batman the Killing Joke. I pre-ordered this film thinking that it was going to be good, and it turned out to be half good. It was mediocre. I liked the second half. The first half, everyone can agree, is really, really trashy and very, very stupid. That's all I can say about that. This is a movie trilogy that is very well known by DC Comics fans, and that is the Dark Knight trilogy. And I did not get this on Blu-ray the first time. I had the Dark Knight trilogy on DVD, and then I transferred over to Blu-ray, and it's kind of damaged. I got it from a friend, but all the discs are intact. You even got the little making of the Dark Knight trilogy book in here as well. So it's pretty good. Next up, this is a movie you might see on my top 13 horror movies of all time for me, and it's Sweeney Todd. Many people who watch this movie, who were fans of the play, really hate this movie. I don't understand it. I'll explain it in that video. I'll explain why I think that way in that video. Next is the Spider-Man trilogy. I gotta have it. Even though I don't like the third movie, it never ceases to amaze me how the second one really holds up really well. The first one, not so much anymore. Next up, Prometheus. Again, people hate this movie. I don't know why. I think it's an understandably hated movie, but I think it's also an underrated movie. If you know what I'm talking about, it's Chris Stuckman's analysis, I think, was pretty good. Jurassic Park. I did not own this on Blu-ray before, now I do. Halloween. Found it at a thrift shop. I would have had to have bought it for $22 on Amazon, got it for $5. Pretty good movie. Grand Budapest Hotel. The only good Wes Anderson film to me other than Moonrise Kingdom. This is one that comes from Canada, especially because this is exclusive box art, or not box art, but box itself. The Cornetto trilogy, you can kind of see it. The Cornetto trilogy. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. I just recently watched this for the first time, and it's really fucking funny. It's funny. It's funny. And it might be on my list later this year. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I still fucking love it. It's not as good as the first Vacation movie, but damn does it have a nostalgia. Damn does it still have the quotable lines, if I could quote them. A Charlie Brown Christmas. I just had to have it. I love Charlie Brown. Avatar. Most overrated movie, but yet I kinda like it. The Alien Anthology series. You might see one of these movies on my top 13 horror movies. Very good first two movies. Third one, undercooked. Fourth one is an atrocity. This one doesn't have the slipcover to it, but it's Adventure Time Season 1. I like this show. It's not the best Cartoon Network show, but I think it's a good show. It's a good show, but not as good as some other ones. And the most recent pickup that I got is Captain America Civil War. Had to have it. There's so many cool bonus features in this Blu-ray that I just had to pick it up. I wish I would have gotten the 3D Blu-ray, but I don't have a 3D Blu-ray player because, and I wish there was a steelbook version that was on mass market. I wish there was, and the camera I noticed is getting fuzzy, so I gotta probably move back out, then move back in. I don't know, but Captain America Civil War, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So those are all my pickups for Blu-rays. So if you want to send me Blu-rays to review, if you want to send movies to review to my P.O. box, it is linked down in the description below of this video. So yeah,